Hey guys, and welcome back to the newest episode of Lost Gaming. Today we are going to jump back into the story. So let's go ahead and get this kicked off. So as you remember last time, we got Moonstone, and we got our redemption with the field with Mistral. Was a pretty big adventure that we went on. So let's keep things rolling. Just because I kind of like doing this with storyline adventures, let's take Black Rose and let's add. We need Wave Master, so let's take Elk. We've got a bunch of stuff to give Black Rose.
You sure? Yeah?
Get her more powered up, so... Actually, I think I'm going to not give her that because she's got the ceramic helm.
You sure? Yeah?
So let's give her other stuff instead.
You sure? Yeah?
And see what... Yeah, I don't think that's going to be worth it. So on here though, let's see. Yeah, I think we're good. Alright, so let's go to Nameless Seeker's Prairie. And let's see if we can even get in. Since I haven't checked this yet, I might not have enough virus cores to get in. But fortunately I do. Actually, I've got more of the beginning core, or the cores for this version than I thought. And once again, my absolute favorite cutscene. Just seeing this is always just something that I just always enjoy. It's just so good to me. I know it's little more than just a loading screen, but it's nice. Alright, let's get everybody buffed. So that we're ready. Alright. Now we need to get heightened speed charm. And that gets us pretty good. So let's use our fairy orb and let's see some stuff that we can hit up while we're here. Actually, let's change from that back to here. Pick up some crunchy food. You never want to pass that up. Alright, so let's see. Phalanx. So far I'm liking the kind of enemies that we're getting here. And so far these aren't looking like they're going to give us too much trouble, which is great considering the last few places we've been. We've definitely had more trouble than in some cases I think it was worth. Ah, another one of you. Data drain. Good, getting more virus cores. That's definitely something we need. The more of those, the better. Alright, we'll hit one more here, and it looks like we got one more at the Chaos Gate, or the dungeon entrance that we can hit up. And so far, this has been going so much better than I could have anticipated. I am very pleased. We're leveling up, we're getting good protect bricks, so we're getting some data drains, which are getting us a good number of virus cores. After this episode, I'm probably going to do some virus core grinding, just let's see what happens.
Did you lose a golden... What? Neither one? Let's see. Till...
Alright, let's take a look at that. Not bad. I like the extra accuracy. So far this is going so much better than I anticipated. Usually these types of fields are a little bit tougher than normal, but so far this has been a lot easier than pretty much anything we've done in the last few episodes. I'm very happy about this. The only thing is, it might cause this episode to be a little bit shorter than I would like. And I don't particularly like it when we get fields that I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to clear all the dungeon portals and things like that. That does get on my nerves, because that is a very common thing in these dungeons. You don't be able to get the God statue, you're not able to get all the monster portals in the dungeon. It's not that big a deal if you're just playing through. For the most part, you can probably even get enough levels just doing the story dungeons. But if you're trying to do a 100% run and you're trying to get all the rebooks completed, and it adds a lot of extra time that you didn't anticipate having to use. But still, not bad. Had worse experiences, as you've all seen me have worse experiences. And all I'm thinking about is just how difficult I remember some of these other things being in the future, and it's really made certain things in this game that I know were coming look like they are going to be very annoying to deal with. honestly, once you guys start to see what it is I'm talking about, once we get into quarantine, those of you who have played through the series already know some of the things that I'm just really dreading coming up on. Alright, let's definitely get this great sled dog data drained. Wanted an item from him, but I can't always get what you want. Alright, well, let's keep going with our rush through. I'm trying to get this dungeon cleared out. Alright, going to data drain another. Not the one I thought I was attacking. There we go. Got the sled dog. Copper lance. No, don't want to give up those for that. But I'll give up that. Though, honestly, that actually sounds like a worse thing to have than some of the other spears that we've gotten in the past. And now our buffs are off. Definitely don't want to go too far in here without those. While we're at it, we'll go ahead and give Oak a Mage Soul. He doesn't really need it, but that's the thing. I like the speed that you get with the speed charm, but at the same time, I feel like the regular walking speed is just so slow. It is. I don't see a reason why it's as bad as it is. So far, even here in this dungeon, this has been a pretty easy push through. I mean, we haven't had any real difficulty. Like, even these monster portals haven't really jumped out at us in difficulty. In fact, most of them haven't even really been dropping as many enemies as they could. And they're all dead. That went a lot faster than I anticipated, but I'm kind of happy about that. It's kind of nice not to feel so overwhelmed like we had been before. We'll do one more, and then after that we'll call it a break before I mean, at this point I feel like we don't really need to keep data draining everything in here. And I think we're about to see purple smoke. Yep, there it is. So it doesn't really matter. We're going to have to data drain another one. Oh. I forgot about him.
Sorry. Did I wake it?
Okay, so we saw what looked to be a player character in the field, but this was a protected field, so how did he get down here? And if you also remember noticing, his character model wasn't quite right. There's something relatively big, actually, about that we're probably going to have revealed in just a few minutes. Virus core in. Definitely know that's going to be important. Let's finish up and let's get another data drain off on him, just so we can see what kind of stuff he gives normally. And if I remember correctly, except for the phase fights, every data bug that you find is actually a variant of a regular monster in the game. So you can always find them again.
Why are you in the way? Are you Mr. In the Way? Hello? Do you have end? I want end. Someone give me end.
Hey! Are you alright?
What was that? It didn't look like a regular player. Maybe Leos would know something.
So yeah, let's go ahead and go talk to Leos. Let's see what information we can get from him. Those of you who have played the game before actually know what that was and who. Well, maybe not necessarily who, but unfortunately you can't talk to anyone in here and get the information like that. Oh, that was super woofy. That was something that's really good for a Wave Master, but I don't really have the time to this. However, I do want to get actually, I'm going to go ahead and try to grab that. Let's store these. That'll give me a few. Alright, so if you guys remember, in the last volume we got a special item. Where is it? Actually, no, that's in this volume. Super Wufei, you need an item called Chinese food. That is a special item that you can only get in this volume, much like where we got the ice bar. That gets you the Super Wufei, which is a pretty good weapon for long arms. Here, actually, I think I might grab that while I'm trying to get rid of some of this lower level equipment that I'm not really going to use. So I'll just go ahead and show it off. Level 23 long arm weapon. Those are some pretty decent stats. Those added effects are good. So overall, it's a really good weapon for this part of the game. So, actually, I hadn't done this in a while. Let's see what Black Rose has in her trade. Actually, bat earrings, because they give you some good stuff. And actually, I don't want Black Rose having that equipped, so let's give her So I got this for her anyway.
You sure?
And since we're here, we'll do the same thing for Elk. I don't think about doing it much because it's so rare that I ever did in the past. Usually you don't, like that, you don't get anything worthwhile from them. Alright, so we should have some new emails. I was expecting to see some board messages, but that might be after we check our email. Alright, so Gardenia likes talking about movies that she saw, but we've reached the end of that one. So do we prefer miso ramen or soy sauce ramen? Go with miso. Yep, Moonstone, for his hobbies, he has been showing us the things that he does with his daily schedule. Much more, and he the One Punch Man. And so now he wants us to so rather than just being able to let us go right back in and talk to him right away, got to waste our time and make us read an email, then come back.
Report the situation of the protected area.
The infection is spreading. There was also one data bug. Wait, a player?
That is probably failed data. They are immune to the protection, but a data bug. That's worse than I expected.
Failed data? So it's not a person?
Of course. It is useless, meaningless data. There is nothing more or less. We will initiate the follow-up investigation. I will inform you of your next orders later.
So what we saw there was what is known in this game as a vagrant AI. It's essentially broken player data that has its own AI attached to it. Usually they're nonsense. Alright, so we had that. That was just somebody saying that they can go into the protected area now. Yeah, they never really address how that could be a problem. Alright, more new mail. Yeah, Moonstone is essentially trying to become One Punch Man. Alright, so now we've got some new keywords with a heavy infection. Alright, but it's a little shorter than last time. But I think we will call this an episode, so I will see you guys next time.